Star offer, I cannot begin to tell you. I can't show you what it looks like, but I can tell you for every Amber fan out there, Jay heard you and he has brought something for you that is spectacular. We're gonna start with our smart deal, which is over this way, which is Charoite. But before we say hello to our smart deal, we have to say hello to the amazing Jay King. And Jay, you know, I think they did this on purpose. I know the big game may be going on, but we've got our very own Jay Bowl going on right now. Superstar offers, superstar prices. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, it's kind of funny because, you know, we're here and literally I can't throw a rock, but close. If I really had a good pitching arm, I could hit the Super Bowl from here, from where we're at. And then on top of that, I mean, we're having the Tucson Gem event, which for people like me, like rock hounds like me from around the world, it's our Super Bowl every year. I mean, it's when we all come together, and it's where all the teams come together and the playoff is. I mean, it's just really amazing.
Well, we're going to make it an exciting, nail-biting evening. We're going to keep you updated with all the special surprises we've got. But Jay, you know, we talk about our smart deal and the purple Charoite. I love the story. You got to take us back a few years, right? Because you launched this, correct me if I'm wrong, to the United States.
We were the very first ones that ever brought Charoite really to the mass market or to the market at that time. At that time when we brought it on, I mean, it had just hit the market. It wasn't like it had maybe, as far as, just being on any kind of market, commercial market anywhere. It was mainly in Europe. I mean, nobody knew about it in the United States at all. And when we first brought it on, it was well over, the show's 26 years this year, so it had to be over about 22 years ago when we introduced it. When we first started, for 3 years, every other show or so, we would have like a ring, a cabochon. We never had a necklace. Let me just clarify that, okay? Even back then, I never did a necklace. We never, ever did a necklace. It was always like a ring or some earrings, a cuff bracelet. But the key thing, it was this grade of material, and that's what really makes this so special. This is all AAA, AA, A grade material. After 3 years, this grade of material just went away. And all you had were these really low grade materials. They didn't have the chatoyancy. They didn't have the color. They had a lot of brown in it. They did, it just wasn't really, it wasn't good material. And so we just, we couldn't get any more. We couldn't, we couldn't get any good material. So we just gave up on it. And we didn't have it for a long time, for close to, I would say, close to probably 18 years that this was off the market for us. And we went to, the reason that we're doing this, and we're doing this as a smart deal, is this really has a Tucson history. About, I guess it'd be 4 years ago now, right in there, we were in Tucson. One of my associates came to me and she said, "You're not going to believe what we found." And she said, "I found some AAA, A-grade Charoite." And so she says, "You just got to come meet these guys. They're from Russia. You got to come meet them." And I said, "Well, okay." And to me, to tell you the truth, it was a long way to go over there, and I'm thinking, oh man, they're going to have like a kilo. You know what I mean? they're going to have like, some really cool Charoite, but they're going to have enough to maybe that I can maybe make one necklace or I can make one ring, and because there's no quantity on this material, and usually the price is through the roof. I mean, just absolutely through the roof. And it turned out they were Russian physicists, and they're not like old guys in lab coats. Okay, these guys are like in their late 30s. Early 40s, very impressive, spoke very fluent in English. I was really amazed. I mean, so we could communicate. And it turns out that they had brought just this one huge specimen. This thing was like 50 kilos. It was beautiful. I mean, it was all AAA grade. I've never seen Charoite that size. Wow. And what they were doing, they were looking for one buyer that to carve it into something, maybe into like a figurine or something, or a big sphere. And so we bought that, and I cut it up. I cut it up into cabochons. I mean, I'm not gonna, why waste it in a sphere? But I said the magic words were, and it turned out he was the nephew. The reason he had it, he inherited his uncle's Charoite stash, and his uncle was one of the original miners that we were buying from, over 20 years ago. And what this was, is he had high graded everything, and he had kept all this really super high grade material. And so, to make a long story short, the next year he brought the Charoite material to the show.
Yeah.
We went, and like I said, where everybody, I'm not allowed to write checks in my organization. They never turn me loose with a checkbook. That's why we have money, right? This is a great shot that you see the Charoite and see this material. But we literally wrote, up until last year when we bought the Ethiopian precious opal deal, it was the biggest check I've ever written.
Wow.
Not in my life, but the biggest check I've ever written at the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. I wouldn't even write the check, and my hand was shaking. And so the only reason, that was 3 years ago, the only reason we have this material, okay, is because we stepped up to the plate and we bought it. If you go to the Tucson Gem event, and hopefully next year everything, you can walk around. If you go and anybody has this grade, and I want to emphasize that, this grade of material, not any other grade, but the high grades, the AAA, the AA, or the A grade. And just if you go and you in the wholesale, a strand like an 8mm strand,
yeah,
or a 10mm strand will be $600 to $1,000. That's what they get for it.
Well, it's an amazing opportunity to get something with such a storied history, with such an amazing reputation. We love that you're shopping for our purple Charoite. I'll keep you updated. We'll certainly remind you of it in our next hour as well. It's a spectacular, smart deal. It's on FlexPay to take advantage of that as well. We're only just beginning. A lot of you are asking about the amber. We can't do it really earlier, but it's around the top of the hour, but please be there. I've not presented amber with Jay of this sort in years. If you're an amber fan, you need to see what we have.